Hello, everybody. Welcome. There I am. Popped right up. I'll give it a few minutes as people come in. I hope you're all having a great Monday. Hello, Julie. Good morning. It might be afternoon for some of you guys on the East Coast. I'm never good with time zones. It's never been my strong suit. Hey Daisy. Oh good. So looks like Facebook notifications have gone out and I am ready to create with you guys. I will try to stay connected today. It's okay, Julie. It just was so funny. I mean, it must have said that you had joined 100 times. It was kind of insane. So today, let's catch up on a few things before we make our project. I have a organizational video for you guys. It's not really an organizational video. It's just like an update on the me making my desk longer and then mounting the camera, like the things I did a few things in here. I am trying to figure out how to edit it on my new computer. I went to go edit it. Like I was like, oh, and I like went into the program and I was like, what's happening? This is weird. It's different. So I will get that up for you guys. I was supposed to be up Saturday. But, you know, things happen. So I definitely will have it up this week for you. I'll totally figure it out. And it's just a small update on like how the desk looks now. And I did a few other things just to make the space work a little bit better. And we have to do a couple things, you know, it just to like make sure things are not steady. That's the wrong word, but solid. Like there's one thing that keeps like moving in and out and it's driving me batty. So I just wanted to share those updates with you like I always do. And then I spent the weekend not rearranging, but like reorganizing a few things and relabeling my drawers that got messed up. So that's really nice. So I feel like I'm finally in a place. I actually even did some creating in here this weekend. I hadn't crafted really in 3 or 4 weeks. I literally had just been like making the projects I needed to make for deadlines and stuff. And it felt really good to sit in here and craft. So that feels really good. And I feel like I'll be able to do a little bit more now. So anyways, I'll have that video up for you guys. And then we'll have our live today. I have a fun project to share with you. And then I will have a project for you probably on Thursday is when I will have that for you. And then I'll have a live on Friday. So the kids are totally back in school. This is our very first full week. Like Monday morning, we woke up and we went to school. I don't know how long that's going to last, but we're just going to be happy that it's happening right now. And so the kids got up and went to school. They were very excited to go to school. Nobody was upset. Andrew's doing so good, you guys. You know that last year he really struggled. He started having panic attacks. He was like every day he had to go to school. He basically was crying and not wanting to go and upset. And he got up this morning and said he couldn't wait to go to school. So that was really, really, really good. Especially for this mama's heart. It was really good. So, we are doing that. Julie said, are masks required in your area? So masks are required at our school unless we get an exemption. And we are working on getting the kids exempt from wearing them. I do not know if our county has a mask mandate or not. I'm not positive. We went to Costco yesterday and everybody was wearing masks, which prior when we had gone to Costco, the last time we went, nobody was wearing them. So yesterday when we went, everybody was wearing them. So I don't know, Costco's in a different like, cause we're so far out away from everything. We're really in the middle of nowhere. So like Costco's like an hour for us. So when we went to Costco, I don't know if that county is having a requirement. I'm assuming since there were so many people wearing them, I'm not positive about our county. So, a little bit of something happened last week where I had a pretty severe anxiety attack and realized I was watching the news too much and I was on Facebook again too much. And so I just went like on I turned it all off and I was like, I don't care what's happening. I don't care what's a mandate. I don't care what's happening. I'm not watching this anymore because my mental health cannot take it. Hey, Missy. So for me, I don't know if this is helpful to anybody else, and I never tell anybody else what they should or shouldn't do when it comes to this. I will just share what's helpful for me is I just stop watching the stuff. I don't care. I don't mean this in a negative way, but I just mean in the context of, I don't care if there's a mandate. I don't care if it's what we're supposed to do. I don't care if cases are on the rise or the fall, or I don't care what's happening in the news. Like, I just have to get to a place where I say, I don't care anymore. And I stop looking at it and watching it and trying to figure it out so that I can be okay. And hey, Kathy. And so that's totally what I did. And so the answer is, Julie, I'm really not sure. There are so many different rules and different, you go here and it's different and it's hard to keep up with them. And the other piece of that is we have fires really close to us. So we have another one that just broke out 2 days ago. We are back to, it's very dark in here and it's very like orange because we're back to having really thick smoke. We had ash on our car this morning when we went out to take the kids to school. There was ash from the fire. So we're close enough that we're getting ash. We're close enough that we are really thick in smoke. And it sort of gives me a lot of anxiety with that happening too. I woke up with a headache this morning. You go outside and you smell the fire. And we're really praying that this last one, hey, Mary, we're really praying that the one fire that has broke out, the wind doesn't shift because it's pretty close to us. It's about 25 minutes away. So if it shifts, like it's coming our way. So the fires and all of it, it's been a lot. So anyways, that's kind of what is happening. I'm just, I just am tuning out all the stuff, all the news. I'm not on Facebook. I just did a hard stop, like get off all of it. And I spent the weekend in my craft room. I FaceTimed with a friend and we crafted, and it felt really good to just craft and get inky and enjoy that and not worry about it. So, oh, Julie, your daughter's in Citrus Heights. Yeah. So that's a little bit farther from us. So we're about an hour from Citrus Heights, 50 to 65 minutes or so. So they might be getting smoke too. I don't know if your daughter's getting all the smoke we're getting. But it's awful up here. It's awful. You can barely breathe. So we'll just take it. We just go one day at a time. Like today, the kids are in school. My house is quiet. My husband is running errands and we're crafting. So let's get to it. Let's stop all of the chit chat. If you are watching on YouTube, there is on the bottom of the video, there are chapters and you can skip through what you don't want to see or hear. As reminders, my favorite card kit is this. My favorite card kit is a card kit that I send you when you place an order with me. So you just place an order and then you get all the pieces to make this card, except on this particular one, you do have to have this stamp set or another stamp set. I'm sure we all have pumpkin stamp sets, right? It's not like this is the only one. So you might have to swap out your pumpkin and your sentiment, but you get all the pieces to make this card and you get a PDF with the instructions. And then I've put this card together on a video. So there's a video tutorial. And then if your order is $50 or more, you get these brushed metallic adhesive back dots. And then we also have our second round of celebrations happening. So you get to pick out a free celebration item. The pumpkins are so cute, Kathy. You have to order it. Mary said, get your creative juices going. I know it was very nice this weekend to do that. My friend was crafting and we were FaceTiming and I was crafting and it just felt good to be crafty. So we're going to be using this today and I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make the card I'm going to make. So the first thing we're going to start out with is we're going to start out with our... What is this called? I gotta look. Soft succulent. I always want to call it simple succulent, but it is called soft succulent. It's a gorgeous color. It might be a little hard to pick up the color on the video today, but I love it. I've done a top folding card. So I just took an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. Hey, Cheryl. And I've cut that at 4 1/4 and then I scored it at 5 1/2 or I folded it. I just tend to fold my cards. I don't tend to score them. If you get any kind of breaking in your cardstock, just taking a really good bone folder and running it over the edge will flatten it out and it'll look nice. The next thing I have is this designer paper. I finally got some more packs of this in. I got 2 more packs of it in. So I was really like using every strip that I had because I didn't order more than 1 pack when I ordered this. And I finally got it in, which I sent out an email to everybody who is doing the fall winter paper party. I just got all of my product, my paper, all of it on Friday. So I will be working on it this week and I will get it all sent out. And the party is on the 3rd and 4th of September. So I'm using that. And then I'm also using this. Now, I'm not a huge fan of cork. There's lots of embellishments out there or different things that use the cork finish. And I've never been a fan of it. I feel like it always looks very, very flat. And I don't even have any cork stuff because I throw all mine away. But a lot of times the cork looks very flat and it just looks like your typical cork board, like the ones you get the push pins for and you like push it in. This cork, you can see it has like some different texture to it and some different color to it. And I think that's what makes this a little bit different and made me want to try it. And then also it's not thick like cork normally is. Like you couldn't just put this up on the wall and push a push pin through it like a normal cork board. It's thin like paper, but it has a little bit like it's a different feel. Like it's not just like paper. I don't know. There's just like a different feel to it. So we're going to be using this. And what I've done is I've just used my stitched circle dies and I've cut out a circle. You could do this with a punch. You could do it with another circle die. I like the stitched. You guys know I always use my stitched dies. So I've cut that out and we're going to use that. And I love this. I think it's totally worth trying. Even if you're not a cork fan, I think that you should try this because that's what I did and I totally loved it. So the next piece I have is I'm just going to pick one of my designs and you could do this next layer with like crumb cake or Sahara sand and then you could emboss that piece. But I'm just using one of the designs. What I like about the designer paper is when they have like, okay, so they have these like fun designs, right? Like any of these, let me see. Like this is like a fun design, but then you also have like these designs that work as a background. So maybe you don't want to like take the time to emboss something or you don't have the right color cardstock, but if you use the designer paper as like a background piece, sometimes that will make a difference. And so I like that. I chose this piece, but you could choose any of them. And I just took a 1/4 inch off. So the very first thing we're going to do is just put this down flat because we're going to pop some other stuff up. So we'll just, let me use my liquid glue. I just ordered like 4 more of these because this one is running out. And I've started to sort of like using my liquid glue for like these types of pieces because, as I've said before, you have a little bit of time to make sure it's nice and centered. And I'm pretty picky about wanting my cardstock to line up and to be centered, and to have nice, clean cuts. I don't like things to be jagged, you know. I think it's important to take the time to do that. So then what I have is a couple more designs. You could do any designs you want. I like these 3 colors together, and I'll have a PDF out for you guys in a little bit this afternoon. And these 2 are the same size. So I'll give you the measurements in case you're crafting along or you want to end up making this today. These are 1.5 inches, and then they are 4.5. So 1.5 by 4.5. And the way we're going to put these on is we're going to put we're going to leave a little bit of a border, but it's going to go to the top, and then this one's going to go to the bottom. Okay. And then I have this piece, which I think is 1/2 inch. No, it is 3/4 of an inch. And then it is by 5. And so this one is going to go in the middle, and it's going to go to the top of that one and then the bottom of this one. So can you guys see how that design is? Where the blue one goes all the way, and then these 2 are opposite. So this, I can't decide if I want to pop it up or not. Let's maybe not pop them up. So this will just go here. And then I'm going to leave this blue one in the middle just to help with my spacing. Let me make sure that, yeah, see, we probably, and it's okay if we have a little bit of border in between. So I think I can, I think there'll be enough room for a tiny bit of a border. So I just want to make sure. I'm really enjoying this paper for fall. Okay, and then we'll do this one the same way. So I'll leave a little bit of a gap on each side, and then it'll go top to bottom. Like so. I wonder if we should do it this way. So now this is going to go, I'm going to show you guys 2 different ways to do this card, okay? So originally I was going to do it this way, but let's do it this way instead. Okay, so now this piece I'm definitely going to pop up, but now we need to do some stamping. So I need some basic white, and we're going to just do, I have my, this is just jade, and I need soft succulent because I want it to match. And you know what? Let's grab a piece of soft succulent cardstock. I'm gonna grab my scraps out here. And let's just use, so we'll get a tone on tone effect just like our my favorite card kit. we're going to do that exact pumpkin. So we don't need the white. I love this pumpkin. I feel like I want to die cut with my Cricut Joy. I feel like I want to die cut a die cut that says blessed and like layer it over the pumpkin. Like that pumpkin just screams out that it needs the word blessed over it. Okay, so let's take our... Sorry, there goes sirens, guys. I think it's fire trucks. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I mean, how could you not? Let's see what it is. Yep, fire trucks. Ugh. Okay, so we'll layer that. Yeah, I think that's okay. Now, you could die cut this. There is a pumpkin that will die cut this out, the shape. But for today, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fussy cut this. It's a pretty easy cut. But you could totally die cut it. I just, quite honestly, don't want to get up and go grab my dies. This would fit into your mini as well, your mini die cut machine. And I do have that right on my desk. I found a new place for it that's working out. See, easy peasy. Okay, so now let's add this pumpkin to our circle here. And I'm gonna pop both of these pieces up. So let's first pop up the circle. This is gonna give us a lot of depth on this project, but I think it'll work. And I'm just using the foam strips because I actually just don't want to take the time when I'm on camera to have to peel off the backing of dimensionals. Okay, so let's do this, and then I'm going to show you both cards, and they're in different directions. So you can see that this card design you could actually do with any... You could do this in Christmas paper. So let's put that right in the middle. And then let's take our pumpkin and put that right in the middle. And then what I have is this. It says, thank you for being my friend. And we're going to put that right over it. And I'm going to show you another way to use this die on the other card. But let's put this, I'm just going to leave it exactly how it is. And this worked out really well. We have that blue strip right here, and then we have our sentiment strip, right? So that works out really nice. And then to bring in some of the white, I'm going to grab my white gel pen, and I'm just going to make sure the ink's flowing. And then I'm going to add a few dots all around this stamped image. So I really encourage you guys to do this with some of your stamped images. Don't be afraid to add a few, you know, I always add Wink Stella, or in this case, we're just adding some white dots. It's gonna make this stamped image look a little bit more whimsical. It's going to draw some attention to your image here. And then it's going to pull some of that white cardstock color into the pumpkin. And I'm just doing little dots. You could do little hearts. You could do, there's lots of different things that you could do. The other thing that you could do, let me see if I can. Okay, let's stamp this. I mean, we won't get the whole pumpkin, but let me show you another thing that you could do to this image. So we have our, well, do I have, is this soft? I might have a piece in my scraps. Nope. Well, I could do it on here. Yeah, let's do it on this one. This I think is Coastal Cabana, but it'll give you the idea. So if I stamp this, and then I can go in here with where the leaves are. And add the white lines. Now with this one, this stamp might be a little bit thin to be able to add these white lines. Like we might need a stamp that the images are a little bit thicker. Because it's a pretty thick, I think this is a 0.8. If you have a thinner pen, I was trying to see. Everything's in Japanese on it because it's a Japanese brand pen. But you can see, particularly with this leaf here, it just gives you a different look. You could totally do this with some of your images. Now, I like the white dots on here. And you could do this in gold. If you have a gold gel pen or a silver gel pen, it would still work. But I just want to encourage you guys to be creative. And you can totally do different things with the images that you stamp, and it will make your images stretch even farther. Okay, so there's this one, and I feel like it could use some bling, but let's look at the other one that I did. So this is the same basic design with the cardstock, but it is in this orientation. And then with this one, I actually stamped these pumpkins and colored them. And then I did the same sentiment. Now this sentiment is from Mini Messages, and I just got in my stash and grabbed out my Mini Messages. You guys know I always show you this, but just in case you haven't seen it, with my Mini Messages, I just stamp a bunch of these. Like, see, here's another one. I just stamp a bunch of them and I keep them in this dish, and I do it in white cardstock and black cardstock, and then I pull them out. So on this one, I sliced off these edges. So I just snipped off this design to make it very flat, and I put it all the way to the edge of the card. On this one, we went ahead and left those on. And let me see what embellishments I have. I have some rhinestones we could use. I have some... No, that's not going to look good. And I think those are too big. I think I need little rhinestones. So let me get my X-Acto knife. Here's some little ones from the way our rhinestones. Does anybody miss these when the rhinestones were in strips like this and they had these tiny ones? I miss them that way. Or maybe I just got used to using them that way, you know? So does that ever happen where you get used to using something one way and then they changed the packaging on the saran wrap that we use, and I was trying to get saran, look at that, now it's on my nail. I was trying to get saran wrap off this thing last night, and oh man, I was getting so annoyed And I was like, why did they change the packaging? It was totally fine. It worked totally fine. Now I have to spend 45 minutes trying to get a piece of saran wrap off the ring. Okay, so we'll add that. Oh yeah, that makes it. That is perfection. Okay, so you'll have to totally let me know which one you like better. If you like it like this with this pumpkin, or if you like the colored pumpkin better. And what do you think of the white gel pen technique? Let me know if it's something that you would try. Or are you too scared? Like, does like putting ink over your images, does it like make you too nervous? I think I really like this one better. And that was a last minute decision. I was just going to show you how to do a different pumpkin. I was just going to do this pumpkin instead of this one. So Mary said she liked the colored pumpkin. Missy likes the colored pumpkin better. Oh, you guys like this one better. I like this one better. Let me get down here in the frame a little bit better. That would help. So let me know if you're on YouTube and you're seeing this on Wednesday. Comment below on YouTube and let me know as well. Let us know. Kathy said, I like the traditional pumpkins. So these. So you guys all like, so far, all of you guys like this one. And this has the Wink Estella on it. I added a little wink to it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will have a PDF for you guys and I'll have both cards. So I'll do the measurements for both cards. There'll be a photo of both of the cards on the PDF and I will post that later today. And then I will be back probably on Thursday with a regular video on my website. And then I'll be live on Friday on YouTube at 11 a.m. I hope that you guys are all doing well. For you guys that are, I wanted to show you guys these two cards that I got in the mail. That's the other thing I meant to do. I hope all of you guys that are up here in our area are staying safe and breathing okay with all the fires going on. This card right here is a Halloween card. Some of you guys know Wendy that lives up the street. Her daughter and my daughter go to school together. They go to the same school. And Kayla spent the weekend with them for fair, like the whole weekend. She went up there on Friday and she did not come home until Monday. And she spent the whole weekend hanging out with them and going to fair with Macy. And I got Wendy a coffee cup and said, it was a pretty coffee cup and I just gave her a gift and just said, thanks for having Kayla, for hosting Kayla for so long. We missed Kayla when she was gone, but Kayla had a great time. So this card Wendy made, and it was just a thank you card for the gift that I gave her that said, thank you for letting Kayla come be with you guys. It never ends, right? Now should I give Wendy a thank you card for the thank you card? So, but I liked it. She gave me the Halloween card because she knows I don't make many of them. And so she was like, you might like this card to be able to share. So that was from Wendy, a thank you card. And then this was from Izzy, who sent me a card. I love this. This, I think, was a paper pumpkin kit. And it is really beautiful. So thank you guys for the cards in the mail that you guys sent. I appreciate it. And I'll be back later this week to hang out with you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful Monday and a great week.